going to give a few tips that I think help me as a procrastinator. I do not claim that word, I don't know where it came from. And I wish I would have used these tips earlier in my student life. So let's get right into it. Hi there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. So my name is Legally Locked. My friends call me Adelia, but for my YouTube channel, I am Legally Locked. So on today's video, first of all, before we get into today's video, I have been so caught up with life and just being a student that I have not been able to celebrate my wins on this channel. So first of all, we passed 50 subscribers a few weeks ago, I want to say, and now we're at about 73, and I am very happy about that. So yay us! Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I'm just appreciative of all the comments and shares and likes. And when I say comments, I mean whether in my DMs, WhatsApp, on the channel. I just want to say a big thank you. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. Alrighty, so on this video, today is a tea talk, but there's no tea in this cup today. It's water, so sips water. We love that. But I thought it was very fitting to do this video because, you know, we are now in mid-semesters as students, and it can be a very overwhelming time. You feel like you have so much to do, not enough time, not enough motivation, and so I just thought, you know, Adelia, do this video and hopefully it can help someone out there to, you know, get through this season, this period. So I really apologize for the lateness in this particular video this week, but I hope you can see with me, just because I try to be as realistic as possible on this channel. I don't want to get caught up in like the that girl aesthetic and the this aesthetic. I want it to be real, this to be a real space for people to talk and feel and see what being a real student here at UWKville is like. So with that being said, it has been awkward, I don't want to say bad, because it has been a challenging few days in terms of balancing all my responsibilities and all of that. So, you know, at times you're not as motivated to complete tasks. So as a result of that, this video is a bit late, but better late than never. So I'm not going to talk about that anymore. I'm going to get right into the video. So today we will be talking about how to work smart, not hard, and I'm just gonna give a few tips that I think help me as a procrastinator. I do not claim that word, I don't know where it came from, and I wish I would have used these tips earlier in my student life. So let's get right into it. So firstly, Google Chrome plugins are sort of extra additions that help to enhance your Chrome experience. So depending on what you're doing on Chrome, whether listening to a video, reading a document, or editing files, these plugins can help to assist your process. So there are 3 plugins that I ensure that I have. I have a few more plugins, but right now I don't really use them as frequently, so I'll go with the top 3. The first one is the Natural Reader text to speech. The second one is the Video Speed Controller, and the third is Grammarly for Chrome. Now, I've also recently learned about Killbot, and I will insert clips of each of these, hopefully. Let's pray that I am able to successfully insert that clip. But just to go through them individually, the Natural Reader text to speech, so you have the document there, and you know, sometimes reading over paragraphs, all the words start to get jumbled. So when you have a reader, a text-to-speech reader, it helps to keep you on track, and it feels like somebody's reading to you, and you read more quickly like that because you have a momentum and you can keep up with what you're doing. So it's easier to follow, and you're able to get through large amounts of reading in a shorter, more efficient and more effective manner. So that is the Natural Reader text to speech. Yes. So the second one is the Video Speed Controller. So for those of us, yes, I said us, those of us who, you know, we're watching the lecture and we're like, I think I need a nap, I'm gonna rewatch this lecture later, and then the lectures add up and we have to be watching multiple lectures in a shorter period of time. Obviously we can't watch it at the regular rate, the normal speed, or else we'll be behind like a lot. So what I do is, depending on how fast my lecturer speaks, I rewatch the lecture at between 1.25 to 2 times faster the speed. So I increase the speed, and that way I'm able to rewatch lectures at a faster rate and grasp the information so that I can move on to my reading. So that definitely helps me significantly. Now, be careful, because sometimes you're watching it quickly and you feel like you are grasping the information, but you are not. This helps when you have watched the lecture but you probably weren't fully immersed, and now you are re-watching to pick up different points. So I wouldn't recommend it for when you are just watching a lecture. I really do recommend it more for re-watching lectures. So the next plugin that I use is Grammarly for Chrome. Now, recently found this one out. Grammarly now has this Chrome plugin, and whatever you're typing, recommendations for editing comes up. So whether it is an email, whether it is a Google Doc, whether it is even a WhatsApp message, whatever it is that you're typing, Grammarly will basically mark or review whatever it is that you're writing, and they'll give suggestions, or they'll highlight if something could have been said in a better way. So really love that. That's Siri acting up, not you, Siri. So very helpful there. And last, my other Google Chrome plugin is Killbot. Now, the Google Chrome plugin for Killbot is not very easily accessible, so alternatively you can use the website. But Killbot is a paraphrasing app. Sometimes you see a very useful paragraph, sentence, phrase, and you want to reword it and make it more original. Killbot does that for you. Now, this, as I said, is a way to work smart, not hard. This is not a sustainable way of typing, but if you're rushing and you need to edit quickly, Killbot is a very useful tool to rephrase paragraphs, text, phrasing, and avoid plagiarism flags. So those are my top 4 Google Chrome plugins. So that's Natural Reader text to speech, Video Speed Controller, Grammarly for Chrome, and Killbot. So next, efficient note taking. Now, watching online lectures can be hard to keep up with, to follow, and as such, I have 3 tips for taking lecture notes more efficiently in an online space. So, first, split screen. Now, using your laptop, your device efficiently is very important. A lot of us have features on our devices and do not make adequate use of it, and so I implore you to. Now, I can speak for Macs have the split screen feature, and that way you're able to watch the lecture and make notes simultaneously, and it works great. So make use of that. That's a very simple feature that I don't think enough Mac users make use of, and you can easily, if you want to have multiple split screens, you can switch between split screens and maximize the space on your device screen. Secondly, take notes in PowerPoint. If it is that your lecturer provides the PowerPoint document beforehand, do not try to type everything off the slides. You are wasting time, wasting energy. Do not do it. Make notes in the PowerPoint bar, the PowerPoint notes bar. That way you will be able to take the important notes while having the information that the lecturer would have been saying already. So, notes bar. And alternatively, if the lecturer does not provide the PowerPoint notes before, take notes in a way that you refer to each slide and the additional notes. So when you do get the PowerPoint, you can copy the notes from Word or Google Doc, whichever note-taking platform you use, and paste in the notes bar of the respective slide. And last but by no means least, use the dictate feature on Word. Honestly, I don't know why this one took me so long to figure out. It's probably because lecturers are very adamant that you do not record them. Do not record your lecturers, okay? If they say do not record them, do not record them. Period, cool. But make use of your dictate feature. Now, how one of my friends uses the dictate feature is that she allows the Zoom lecture to play out loud and turns on the dictate feature on Word, and then it captures the sound and records it into Word. That way you're able to review the notes and edit, put in full stops where it needs to be, make notes alongside the lecturer's course materials that are provided, and follow along. Because a lot of times lecturers are speaking very quickly, they're reading from external material, and you're not able to follow. That way, when you use the dictate feature, you're able to follow along in lifetime and not be distracted by trying to type what they're saying in real time, or have to rewatch the lecture to figure out what they were saying. So that's another smart hack, and I hope it is helpful, but use it sparingly. Do not take this opportunity to record your lecturer and send said transcripts everywhere. As students, you have to be careful how we share this information because it is sensitive. This is a smart hack for individuals. Okay? Okay. Thank you very much. Now, study techniques. Now, a lot of these YouTube videos, they're like, oh my god, tomato, study technique, and people become overwhelmed. Truthfully, there are only 2 study techniques that I try to employ, simply because trying to use multiple study techniques gets me very overwhelmed, and I'm just like, what do I do now? So there are 2 study techniques that I recommend. I recommend Pomodoro and a time lapse. No, I don't really see persons recommending time lapses a lot, but I do think it's a great way to study and feel rewarded, because when you look back and you watch the time lapse, you're like, oh my god, I'm so cute. Plus, you would have gotten work done. Now, Pomodoro, I use the Focus to Do app from the Apple Store and, well, the Apple App Store. Is that correct? Something like that. But yeah, from iOS. And I will try to insert a clip of it. But you go into the app, and the app allows you to like indicate what it is that you have to do today, tomorrow, at some point in time, and you can designate how much time you need to do it, and then you're able to set a timer. Now, the good thing with this app is that you have sort of a reward system, and it's similar to Forest, which is another app that helps with focus and concentration. You're able to see your plant grow. Honestly, right now I've been slacking, so my plant is like tiny, but don't judge me. And you're able to feel rewarded and in the seeing your tree grow and the work that you would have put in. So those are two study techniques that I think help me when I've been procrastinating, and I know that, listen, girl, it's time to get the work done, period. So I just put on a Pomodoro, take my 50 minutes. So I set my Pomodoro at 50 minutes, and when that 50 minutes is finished, I get a 10-minute break, and then the clock automatically resumes a new Pomodoro, and I continue that until my task is finished. Where time lapses are concerned, I record myself for two reasons. I know that I can't stop the time lapse to text or scroll through social media or so forth, and afterwards I can post and feel just satisfied that I was focused for a prolonged period and my task was completed. So those are my two study techniques. Now, useful apps. Again, I don't want to overwhelm you all with a number of apps, and so I will only say the two apps that I use for student life. Now, I found that Notion is a very good way to compile information if you are somebody that likes shortcuts and graphics and cute notes, but it's still practical and it's not hard to learn. I use Notion. Notion is heavily acclaimed in the StudyGram community, but it has a lot of tips and tricks. However, I think for even beginners, it's very useful and it's a good way to keep your notes accessible. Plus, it reduces the chances of losing your notes, because you know that if you use Word, while Word is reliable and traditional, if your Word is not backed up or synced to your OneDrive account and you lose your account, you lose your files, then it's gone. But with Notion, you can access your notes on whatever device your Notion account is logged in. So I can access my Notion information on my phone and my Mac, and that is just great for me. Great. Do I ever read my notes from my phone? No. But the point is, if I wanted to, I could. Period. So I use Notion and I use my Focus to Do app. So again, I would have spoken about my Focus to Do app in the study technique section, and so now I will just show you the ins and outs of the apps. But in case I have shown you before, I'm gonna wrap this up now. So this is a very short video. I know that midterms have us very busy, have us consumed, and so I don't think maybe a long video is best, but I do think this video would have been highly appreciated by students, and so I thought, why not? It has helped me, and I hope it helps somebody else. Law students, any students at UWI Cave Hill, UWI Mona, UWI Augustine, anywhere, you know, you name it, we did it. Like, or whatever. What did I just say? Oh my god, I think my brain just fried. That, like, honestly, we are gonna get through it. I don't know which student needs to hear this, but we're gonna get through it. We are gonna get through it. We are gonna get through it. But with that being said, thank you for getting to the end of this video. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at legally locked. I feel like it's legally locked, whichever one. I will insert it somewhere. And remember to comment if you like this video, if you would like to see more student tips, if you just want to talk, if you don't want to talk, if you want to see more vlogs, if you want to see more tea talks. Let me know if you prefer shorter videos, longer videos, yeah, you name it. So thank you for watching, really appreciate it. Hang in there, say a prayer, have some food, go for a walk, go to the beach. What else could you do to pass the time? Make use of these tips that I just gave you. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap up now. Thank you very much for supporting me this far, and I am hoping that by the end of March we'll be able to get to 100 subscribers, period. That's the goal for this month. So thank you very much for watching, and stay safe, guys. Bye.